When did your parents finally realize their lazy kid was actually the one carrying the entire household? I was just minding my own business eating breakfast when my mom suddenly stormed up and slapped the cereal bowl right out of my hands, sending glass shattering across the floor and spraying milk everywhere. She screamed at me to stop stealing their food like a mosquito and told me that from now on I had to buy my own groceries or starve. I just sat there, stunned and covered in cold milk and Lucky Charms. For years, I'd been using my employee discount and paying for the bulk of their groceries with my own cash, but I never felt the need to brag about it. Now, suddenly, I was being labeled a parasite and a freeloader. I kept my mouth shut, cleaned up the mess in silence, and started buying my own food, labeling everything with my name and keeping every single receipt. My parents just smirked at each other over dinner, convinced they were finally going to save a fortune without me bleeding them dry. But when they actually went shopping, they acted like high rollers, tossing expensive brands like Perrier, Truffle Oil, and Tide Pods into the cart without even glancing at the prices. Their smiles evaporated when they hit the checkout and saw a $400 total. My dad came home yelling about price gouging, not realizing that things had always cost that much. They just hadn't been the ones paying for it. They were total suckers, buying $30 pre-cut fruit and even falling for a $40 organic water scam because someone told them it would fix their back pain. They ignored senior discounts, missed every BOGO sale, threw away high-value coupons, and bought items that didn't even work with our stove. By the end of the month, they had blown $2,500 on groceries for just the two of them, half of which rotted because they didn't know how to store it properly. It was pathetic, and every time I tried to help, they just barked at me for being a leech. Everything came to a head on Thanksgiving. My mom was bragging to the whole family about how much money they'd saved by cutting me off, proudly listing her luxury purchases, a $40 turkey, $60 ham, and that ridiculous truffle oil. The room went dead silent before my aunt choked on her water and blurted out that turkeys were only $12 at Kroger. Then my uncle chimed in about the fruit tray scam, and my cousin mentioned how much money I'd saved her using cashback apps. My aunt looked my mom dead in the eye and asked, "And you called him a thief?" When my mom sobbed that I never offered to help, I walked out and showed everyone my banking app, $15,000 in transfers covering 2 years of groceries and receipts, proving my discount saved them $10,000 annually. The relatives left disgusted, leaving my parents sitting in a silent house with a cold, overpriced turkey. My dad eventually tried to command me to go back to how things were, without even offering an apology, so I just told him it's $200 upfront per trip now. My mom's face turned bright red, but I just went back to my room to eat instant ramen. After all, I thought I was a thief.